Hey guys, it is me, Hypersaric, and welcome to Last Day on Earth Survival. So today we'll be talking about something that is kind of broken, something that has a lot of potential to be useful, and I am talking about these protective masks. First of all, I'd like to clarify that I don't think that these masks are broken. I just know that we don't have a lot of good things in this game. Anytime we get something remotely useful, developers usually nerf it to the ground. But I hope nothing happens to these protective masks because they do cost 3 titanium bars and they do break. You have to constantly keep crafting new ones. But all of that stuff aside, let me quickly explain to you what that mask even does. So first of all, it quintuples the damage inside of the island region. In order to use that mask, you have to have a true friend dog. Getting a true friend dog is very random. Sometimes you can get it in a couple of months. Sometimes it's going to take you years and years to get it. Hopefully developers fix that in the future. It'll be a lot easier to get those true friend dogs. But hey, once you equip that mask, the damage gets quintupled inside of the island region. So currently my dog does 19 damage. And if we multiply that by 5, the dog is going to do 95 damage. Usually dogs only do 5 damage, but you can walk 3 dogs on your base. So get dogs with a leader perk. Here I have 1 dog with a leader perk, then the second one with a leader perk, and then I have a third one with the leader perk. And in total, I do 19 damage. Some Rottweilers can do even more damage. I've heard people say that their Rottweiler dog inside of the island region does 170 damage. Some people's dogs do 200 damage, but I'm happy with 95 damage. And today we'll be fighting the Consilium Boss. For that, I gotta do 3 more daily tasks, and I might as well just showcase the protective mask while you're doing the daily tasks. From my experience, you only need 1 mask in order to do all of your daily tasks. Okay, so we are here in the watchtower. So here you gotta be very careful because there will be a bunch of zombies. So all you have to do is just be very, very slow. Most likely, maybe I'm even gonna get that stuff. And there we go. We'll deal with a bunch of these spore runners. So I don't even see the damage here near the boat, but I'm still getting damaged. Well, 3 zombies are dead. The dog didn't really do much help, but I just didn't want to wander too far away. I've heard a lot of people died inside of this watchtower task. It's very possible. It's very easy to die inside of this watchtower task. So I'm just going to be very, very careful. There we go. The dog is going to kill these zombies. There we go. And the dog can even deal with this floater bloater quite easily. They go bite it. The floater bloater is going to explode. We're gonna pop the parasites, and I would like to change the mask actually because I do have a broken mask. Maybe I'll equip that broken mask later. Let's just use this full durability mask to show you how much durability you use when you do those 3 daily tasks. So we just gotta deal with 2 more zombies. There we go. We just got actually 3 zombies chasing us. Well, the dog's gonna deal with all of them. Hello, Pooch. Go and start biting. There we go. 1 of them is dead. We can deal with a couple of extra zombies. These spore spitters, and there we go, another spore spitter is dead. So sometimes it takes a while for the dog to start biting them, so you do kind of get a bit more damage. Maybe you're breaking your armor a bit more, but you are saving guns. Now we are inside of the Saint Quarry. Sometimes during the daily tasks, you need to have here 10 spore protection. So I thought I'd mention this because some people still don't know that. Okay, there we go. We have 1 zombie attacking us. The dog is going to deal with the spore spitter. 1, 2, and the 3rd bite. When there are only like 1 or 2 zombies attacking you at the same time, it's very easy to use your dog. Okay, there we go. We have another spore spitter. 1, 2, 3. And now we're gonna get another spore spitter. I'm gonna get my bandages just to not waste my inhalers. And look at this, the Pooch is gonna deal with another spore spitter. That's why I think this protective mask is kind of nice. I honestly don't believe it's broken. It's just useful. I believe it's actually useful. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I have no idea. It all depends how much titanium you got, how much you farm in this game. But it's just weird to see something actually useful in this game. Anytime the devs add something, it's like absolutely pointless. Like let's say the Molotovs, right? They added the Molotovs to this game, and they're absolutely pointless unless you're going to use those Molotovs inside of the 3rd floor at Bunker Alpha, inside of that toilet, to use them instead of the grenades for the grenade trick, except it's going to be the Molotov trick. But that's about it. Other than that, those Molotovs are absolutely trash. And there are lots of things like that in the game that are absolutely trash. So I'm glad to see that this mask might have some potential. Okay, the Pooch is going to deal with another spore spitter. It's kind of nice to see the dog put in some work. Also, I'm quite lucky because I have the Rottweiler dog that has like 80 or 70% extra energy. So we have the resilient perk on this Rottweiler. So this dog fights 80% longer with true friends. So that means I should have a bit more energy. I also know that it is possible for you to get this, whatever it's called, the protective coat. And the protective coat is going to give you 100 extra energy, if I'm not mistaken. At least it says that in this island region like Genesis Collection tab. It says energy 100, so I can only assume that you're gonna have 100 extra energy, but you won't have a backpack anymore, so you won't be able to store things inside of the dog. but you will have more energy, which I think is kind of useful as well. But for that, you will have to get some more masks. So we are done with the tasks inside of the Saint Quarry. We just chopped down 5 trees. There's only one more task left, and then we can go and fight the Consilium Boss. So here it should be easy. We just have to set up 3 more sensors. So let's go here. Let's wait for the Spore Spitter. There go Pooch. Bite that, and bite the Spore Spitter. It's probably got to get a bit closer. And there the Spore Spitter is dead. So it's very easy to kill these Spore Viners because all you need is just 1 attack from your gun and 1 bite from your dog, and that's it. The dog is silly. It's stuck. Fight the Spore Spitter. There we go. Nothing. Hands free. Clearing this location basically hands free. So there's got to be a sensor somewhere around. Okay, now we have 2 zombies attacking me at the same time. It should be quite easy. The dog will deal with them. I'm just gonna like kind of run around and chill a bit. There we go. One of them is going to explode. Now we're gonna deal with that Spore Spitter. And let's get inside of the cave because usually there are a couple of sensors inside of the cave. And the dog just ran away. Where is my dog? I've probably used the word dog so much during this video, but how else am I gonna call them? Pooch? Where's my Pooch? Okay, inside of this chest we got 1 titanium ore. Might as well grab it. And of course, surprise, surprise, we got another Spore Spitter. While we're at it, might as well mine a little bit of halite. Why wouldn't I grab a bit of halite? Because you'll need that halite in order to craft better island region weapons like the anti-spore rifles, because that's how you get the spore side. Not really gonna waste my manual earth drill on the quartz, because I already have a lot of quartz. So actually my mask just broke. My dog's mask just disappeared. So it was enough for us to clear the watchtower, the sand quarry, and now inside of the old mine, it broke. I still need to set up 1 more sensor. So we are not fully done. So these masks, wait, how much durability they got? They got like what, 60 or something durability maybe? So I think those masks have exactly 40 bites, probably, because my dog has done like 2 extra bites without the mask. Most likely. So the more I think about it, the less I believe that these masks are broken because they are quite expensive. I am still surprised that these masks do any kind of damage. As I have already mentioned, most of the new things that the devs add here to this game, they're like absolutely useless. So having something that might be expensive, might not even be worth it, but at least like somewhat useful, at least it works, is kind of crazy. Is kind of unheard of in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna equip another mask, because it did bring it. And at least now titanium is kind of useful because you can craft these masks with titanium. You can repair some of your weapons with titanium. They need to do something about the dog here because opening up the dog's inventory is quite annoying. Everything has to be clear. Okay, we're gonna use another mask. And there's got to be 1 more sensor. When you go to the dead island, the best thing you can probably do there is to take off the mask when you have like a bunch of parasites following you and you don't want those parasites to die. Just take off the mask and then the dog is not going to kill those parasites. Let's say when you need to kill the cocoon or when you need to start drilling the titanium, just remove the mask because you will not need it, as the dog will be kind of ruining everything. It'll keep destroying, it'll keep killing those parasites with 1 bite, and those parasites will just keep respawning. But yeah, other than that, I do enjoy this mask. I think it's quite useful for the daily tasks. Finally, it's more fun to bring this dog with you because it's more interesting to farm with like someone else, even if that someone else is a doggo. Back in the days we had mercenaries. It would be so much fun now to clear the island region with the mercenaries. But our current mercenary is going to be our dog. And hey, all that stuff aside, we finally completed all the daily tasks and we can go and start killing Consilium. So some of you might already know this, but here's a quick tip and trick about the Consilium Boss. So before you fight that Consilium Boss, make sure to talk to the healer at the base, and sometimes the healer is gonna have a buff that increases your damage to firearms, and then your anti-spore rifle, instead of doing 50 damage, I think it's gonna do 60 damage, so you'll be able to one-shot some of the zombies there. It's very useful. Sadly, this time I do not have that buff. I can only restore my energy, I can increase my experience, and damage in hand-to-hand combat is increased by 30%. That's not what I want. So let's go to the landfill. It's kind of weird. This location is called landfill. I don't even know if anybody calls it landfill. It's the Consilium Boss location. That's what it is. So we have arrived. So first of all, I'm gonna make sure that we still have the mask. There we go. We got the mask here. I did bring some other guns. I did bring some pistols. I even brought this 1 treat for the dog just in case. I think you can get some of them very rarely from the farm unless they change something. I think you can get that stuff from the basements very rarely. It's pretty rare to find a basement, but even when you find those basements, you don't always get those treats. I don't really know where else you can get that stuff. Maybe from the junkyard event. I haven't been there in like probably a year. Maybe there are some other places that give that stuff. But hey, time for us to fight the boss. There we go. Let's see how this dog is gonna work against the Consilium. Start biting! There we go. 95 damage, 95 damage, 95 damage. Keep biting, keep biting. Do something. I'm gonna keep dealing with this parasites on my own. Just gotta stay close to the Consilium Boss. Can my dog solo the Consilium Boss? That's what I'm interested. That's what I'm really interested in. There we go. Keep biting. We're gonna kill this. Okay, look at this. Now we have the parasites already. Not bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna get my rifle to deal with these two guys. So most likely the boss is gonna heal by 2 of those parasites, which isn't that big of a deal because whenever he releases those parasites, the boss loses a little bit of health. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, I gotta let that boss come a little bit to the cleaner area so that I can stay close to the boss and my pooch can keep shooting. Okay, so now we gotta stay here near the white gas. Hopefully the dog can deal with the scientists. Oh, he can bite all of the scientists. I can just perhaps stay in one place and tank all the damage. And that's it. Look at this. Look at this. Just for these scientists, it's already worth it. The mask, I think. The mask is worth it. There we go. One bite, another bite, another bite, another bite. This is insane. Don't have to shoot at all. Okay, that's awesome. That's actually sweet. I'm gonna keep using my pistol, maybe. For that, you probably don't even need the rifles. Then what's the point to farm if you don't need the rifles? But hey, keep biting. Dog, keep biting, keep biting, keep biting. Gonna probably use perhaps some more shots. That's not what you're supposed to bite, doggo. Okay. I'm gonna probably try to stay in one place as long as I can. Bite, 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 bite. I think once the health drops below 1,000, he's gonna like spawn more of those parasites. Okay, I'm gonna get the different rifle. It's kind of fun to use the dog and experiment with different strats. Okay. Wait, is it dead? I didn't even notice this. Yo, El Doggo. Shout out to the El Doggo. El Doggo just evaporated, just absolutely erased the boss here. We have even like some of these parasites that just got stuck. This is insane. We absolutely evaporated. By we, I mean my El Doggo. Absolutely evaporated the boss here. This was fun. This was actually fun. I didn't have to use like a lot of weapons here at all. I've used up only a tiny bitty amount of my pistol and like what, maybe 20% of my rifle, and that's it. And the rest, the dog has done everything, and we still have a little bit of durability inside of the mask. So this was actually sick. I did enjoy this. I did enjoy using this mask, and anytime I enjoy something new, the devs might actually fix this. So please, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. The mask actually costs 3 titanium. Like, what's it? I don't think it's that OP. Let us have at least something useful in this game. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. Developers don't really care about what I have to say. And as I've already mentioned that many times, they shouldn't care about what I have to say. However, I've been saying it for a while now. The head hunting arena event is absolutely trash. We should get a better head hunting arena event. And they still haven't changed anything. So just because I say I hope the devs don't nerf this mask doesn't mean that they will nerf the mask, because I don't think they care what I have to say. Regardless, we've opened up this crate here. We've gotten this mask. Finally, something different than a jacket. I think I got like 4 jackets in a row. Sadly, we only got 1 spore side, but sometimes you get more spore sides from the dead island even. So that's weird why we only got 1, but hey, at least we got some titanium alloy. So this crate is better than some of the previous crates that have opened up. I still wish it had some maybe buffed loot, but at least we got some things. So what are your thoughts on this mask? I honestly believe it's quite awesome. Killing the Consilium Boss has never been this fun. I've only killed the Consilium Boss like, what, 5 times? This was my 5th kill. And so far, this was probably the most fun kill that I've done. And just to spice some things up, how about we do a raid? So hey, let's open up a wall over here. So I've done a little bit of research. I only know how to enter this base. Other than that, I have no idea what to expect inside of these chests. As you can see, there are a bunch of chests in this base. I maybe should have brought more hatchets. Or maybe that'll be enough. So let's just start from the very beginning. And let's see what kind of goods we can get here. So we got a bunch of broken armor, which is most likely even my broken armor. But hey, we got 2 stacks of bandages. How didn't I see this? So hey, that's already nice. That is already quite sweet. Let's get the bandages. And let's see what else this game is going to offer us. Okay, we got a bunch of Glocks. That is awesome. I'm glad that I didn't see what this base is going to give us. Sometimes it's nice to do a blind raid. Sometimes it's nice to not know what kind of loot. More Glocks! This is sick. This is actually amazing. This base is awesome. We haven't had a nice base in a while, so it's always great to get some bases. Okay, we got a wave of zombies. Plus, I haven't done a snap transition in like ages, so let's do one. And there we go. Just like that, all the zombies are dead. Now, let's drop some stuff in the chopper. I did not expect that this raid is going to have that amount of loot, and I probably forgot to get rid of the masks. But at least I can fill up the chopper. Maybe let's fill up with better Glocks first. Maybe this place will have some better items. Let's drop all of that stuff here. And most likely we're gonna die on the spike traps. Let's also store all of the Glocks inside of the doggy here. There we go. And let's equip the mask. And let's get another Glock. Actually, a shotgun. There we go. We got a bunch of loot this time. Let's die on the spike traps. So this trick, when you die on the spike traps, works only once. If I, for example, now leave this map and I come back to this base is going to disappear. Don't leave the map or anything. And only then you can die, because if you die and you leave the map, the base will disappear. So the whole point of you dying here is this way you can get more loot from your dog. For example, check this out. I can bring everything back to the base. So I've just emptied the dog's backpack, I've emptied the chopper, and now we can hop on the chopper and we can go back to that raid. So for those that are curious, this base is named Max, and Max has the max amount of loot. I absolutely love that. Now we can get our dead body, we can pick up all the loot, and now we can refill the chopper and we can refill the dog's backpack once again. So that's the point of this trick. As I said, just be careful when doing it. Don't die here twice. And now if I die, this base is going to disappear. If I die one more time with the spike traps, this base is going to disappear. If the zombies kill me, this base is going to disappear. Also, it's kind of cool because I've opened up this wall behind the tanning rack, so the big one isn't gonna spawn inside of the base. It'll take quite a while for the big one to spawn inside of the base, so I'll be able to keep re-entering this place and I'll be able to open up a bunch of chests. So that is quite fun. Now let's see what other items we can bring with us. There we go. We got some more Glocks. Let's open up a couple of these chests and then let's refill the bike. Let's refill the dog. More bandages. This might be like what, maybe a 10 out of 10 raid? I don't know. A 9 out of 10, an 8 out of 10 raid. Does not matter. Okay, we did get a little bit of iron. If I find nothing else, I'm gonna grab that iron. For now, I'd love to open up some other chests. I got a little bit of iron plates. I do have iron plates inside of the settlement, but I might as well bring more. I did get 2 alcohol inside of this chest, so I'm gonna bring the 2 alcohol with me because I ran out of alcohol at the base. And you need that stuff in order to craft first aid kits when the raiders ask you to do so. Okay, I'm gonna soften this row of chests. Okay, this chest just popped. Most likely already attacked it. And the game started lagging. Usually it starts lagging when there are a couple of waves of zombies out there. So, hey, let's deal with those waves of zombies. Okay, there we go. The Toxica Bomb. Done. Actually, you know what? A snap transition. Do we need a snap transition? Maybe we do. Let's kill all of them. So there we go. All of them are dead. The saddest part is that I didn't bring more armor. I should have brought more armor. Let's open up perhaps a couple of chests here. I'll open up maybe one more. If I don't have armor, I'm probably gonna get the armor from the inbox. There we go. Let's leave this broken armor in the base because I will need that armor in order to open up the rest of these chests, as the big one will keep attacking me. Let's open up this chest. Okay, now let's soften up the rest of them while I still have 6 noise to make. I probably made too much noise. I don't think I'll be able to soften up all of these chests, but it still should be possible to open up all of them. So I've softened all of that other row. Okay, we already have 99 noise. I definitely need more hatchets, so let's take at least like 3 hatchets maybe. Maybe it took too many, but better more than not enough. I'm not sure what I've done with this chest, so I'm just gonna avoid it for now. I'm gonna keep softening up these other chests. There we go, 2 hits. So the big one is going to spawn any moment. There we go, the big one is here basically. However, it's gonna take quite a while for the big one to spawn inside of this base. I can maybe even do this so the big one's timer resets. So, oh no, actually the big one, almost died. Wow, almost died. I got stuck there. Okay, almost everything ended, and if I die, that's it. I would not have been able to watch an ad to recover my dead body, because when you die during raids, you cannot watch an ad. I don't think so. Okay, so let's open up this chest over here, and we should be good. Let's obviously heal up. And we got some tickets. The big one is here. We're gonna exit this place. Let's shoot a couple of zombies. Let's get more med kits, more bandages. And this will be a beautiful raid. It's just the beginning. There's still a bunch of chests for us to open up. So let's go to the top and let's start opening up these chests here. Let's see what we got. A bunch of bricks. Some grass. I do know it's possible to probably bring another big one already spawned here. Sometimes you can like kinda run around at the very edge, and then the timer between how fast the big one respawns changes. Okay, the big one is here. Well, let's open up the rest of the chests. Grass. What do we have here? A bit of leather and thick cloth. I probably need a bit of leather. Let's grab that. Okay, so, okay, the big one's already here. Didn't even have enough time to get the loot. Let's auto sort this. What do I get rid of? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Should be definitely paying closer attention to my health. Okay, what do we have here? More carrots. Nice. The big one's basically here. Let's exit that. Maybe I'm gonna grab the carrots instead of what? Instead of nothing. I already have a bunch of carrots, but we'll see. Okay, let's heal up and let's see what we got inside of this chest. More carrots. Okay, I haven't softened up this chest, of course. We got beans. The big one is gonna spawn. Let's heal up. The big one does 49 damage. Not that big of a deal. I think that each time the big one hits, its damage goes up by 2. So I think next time it's gonna do 51 damage. There we go. Next time it's gonna do 53 damage and so on and so forth. Useless stuff. More carrots. What do we have here? And the big one spawned here. So we're just getting a bunch of carrots and that's about it. Gonna wait for the big one to hit me once again. There we go. Thanks. Thanks for the hit. This raid is amazing. Got a steel plate, which I could probably bring back home. What do we have here? Nothing. And the big one is here. Does 57 damage. The next hit is going to be 59 damage. So we still have a lot of time. As long as I don't get stuck and the big one does do 2 attacks, we're good. Next attack is going to be 59. We're still good. There we go. 59 damage. Next one is going to be 61. Okay, we got a bit of fuel. More stuff. And what do we have here? Oh no, the big one's already here. Gotta be careful. And I think we should have enough time to store some items in the dog, like a couple of Glocks. Okay, and then we'll store some stuff in the chopper because the big one, there we go, has just respawned. Let's open this chest up. We got duct tapes and we should have some carrots. There we go. Let's bring these carrots back to the chopper so I'm ready to heal up. There's this one chest. I don't think that chest has any loot. I'm not gonna open it up because I won't have enough time. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. Hopefully I'll have enough time to store some stuff in the chopper. Let's put it all there. Let's heal up. 68 damage. Next one, it's gonna be 70 damage. I just want to bring the rest of the carrots. I want to take the rest of the loot home. There goes 70 damage. If it does 2 attacks, I'm dead. Not the seeds, not that stuff. Where are the carrots? There we go. There are the carrots. I think we got something. Maybe I could get rid of my hatchet or something, but we're good. We're absolutely good. There we go. We did it. So the raid is done. We were able to fill up the dog and the chopper twice. I filled up my full inventory. We got some loot. Maybe we didn't get like full inventory of Glocks, but we still got lots of useful things. So the second badge granted us here a couple of Glocks plus this full inventory of loot. And on top of that, we were able to fill up the chopper and get some extra Glocks and some more carrots. So this base gets Cyric's approval. So let me know your thoughts about that raid. And do you think developers will nerf this protective mask or will it stay as is? And I highly suggest you check out my everything you need to know about Last Day on Earth survival video, or click here on the second card and you'll go to my surrounded Let's Play, or hop over to my channel, go to playlist, and there you'll find a lot of other games that I've played here on the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely be sure to drop the subscribe button, and see you in the next one.